Respected young friends, welcome, salutations, gratitudes, congratulations, wishes, and prayers that through these interactions and the knowledge is gained, both of us succeed in our lives, spiritually and also in serving the Sanatana Dharma and the world, and make our lives fruitful that way. Like every day, today also, 7 activities. Learning of Kathopanishad mantras, seventh one. Before that, Valmiki Ramayana, Rajaneethi Dharmas. Before that, Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter. Phala when we realize Tatpadam. Then our Vedic chanting, Sankalpa, and our Sahana Bhavatu. Before all of that, that 5-10 minutes of common sense thought today. Today's initial first topic of common sense thought is this one. First thing is, let us understand that it is our mind which is the cause of everything. It is the mind which is the cause of everything. Our mind, not anybody's. And this mind, when we said cause of everything, which are that everything? There are 8 things for which this mind is the karana. Your own mind for you, my own mind for me. The 8 things are: first is utter flop and failure in the outer world. First. Second is managing the outer world. Third is succeeding the outer world. Fourth is even going beyond the outer world of your goals and means and successes. Yes, sir. Second, third is this one: utter flop in spirituality. Managing spirituality. Successfully doing spiritual sadhanas with all knowledge. Third one. Fourth is reaching the final spiritual goal wherein the mind has dissolved and we are experiencing the God or the self or the truth or the reality or absolute directly as our own selves. So, for all these 8 things, Mula is Mana only, the instrument given to us. Hmm? Mana, the inner instrument. That only functionally different called as Mana Buddhi Chitta Ahankara. Into those details some other time we go. But Mana bolte to yaad aa gaya na. Then how to do? Today let us discuss about this 4 or 5 things regarding the Mana. What to do with this Mana we have. Okay. देखो, you and I are studying Gita. Therefore, it becomes easier for me to tell you than to other youngsters, the outsiders. What it is remember the stuff called mind is made from nature, Prakriti, called as Maya. Because the Maya has 3 gunas, mind also potentially has 3 gunas. What are they? Sattva and Rajas and Tamas, you know. Now, among these 3, the Rajo and Tama gunas are generally destructive in nature, pull us down to the lower level. Sattva is the only one which lifts us up. Therefore, the first target is to learn to keep the mind always in Sattva Guna. Reach it to Sattva Guna and maintain it to be in Sattva Guna all the time. Simple meaning. Tamoguna means sleepy, laziness, postponement. Rajoguna means desires, activities, bhoga. Sattva is knowing, knowledge, whether it is about the world or spirituality. सत्व गुण का ये लक्षण होता है. ठीक है. सो मन को सत्व गुण में रखना. अगेन हियर यू मे आस्क ए क्वेश्चन, हाउ? Interesting thing is what? In whatever sort of activities the mind is put, mind gets that guna. विचित्र है वो. Like if the mind is continuously exposed in tamasic vishayas or vyaktis or vastu, mind becomes tamoguni. If you keep the tam or manas in the rajoguna activities or projects or people, it becomes rajas and it creates that type of thoughts. Luckily, if you put the mind in the sattva aspects, it becomes sattvic. That's why in our Hinduism, right from morning we get up 4 o'clock, isn't it? Take the bath and do the upasana puja, तुलसी का नमस्कार करो, सूर्य भगवान को अर्घ्य करो, गायत्री जप करो, पूजा करो, उपासना करो, यज्ञ करो. These are all the words. When they are done, sattva is maintained in the mind. Mind is maintained in sattva guna. So to throughout the day, take the world as God and do your work as service. Don't cheat anyone. Don't hate anyone. Don't fight with anyone. Love all. Help all. Give donation. ये क्यों दान धर्म करो. सत्व गुण. So you come in the evening, 5:30, freshen yourself up, again 2 hours spent in front of God in doing that satsanga, katha, shravana, bhajana, kirtana. Why? Sattva guna. That's why those days people were good at heart, perfect at their behavior, and also successful in spirituality. Sattva guna mein the wo log. Outside also they were good, great. May not be science not developed. The scientific inquiries or the inventions may not be there at that time, but they were. But today you see, सुबह उठते ही no satoguna activities, only raju and tamo. All the bhoga sambandhi plans, projects, involvements we do. है ना. सुबह उठते ही पेपर पढ़े, टीवी देखे, नाश्ता करे, और यही है. इसमें सत्वगुण किधर है? एवरीथिंग राजस्व ओनली. थ्रू आउट द डे आल्सो इसको हरा दो, उसको धमका दो, इसको कुचल डालो, और मुझे आगे बढ़ना है. देयर इज नो सत्व क्वालिटी, ओनली रजोगुण. इवनिंग आते फिर से 6 o'clock आ गए, अगेन सिट इन फ्रंट ऑफ टीवी लाइक बफेलो, सी ऑल द तमोगुणी प्रोग्राम्स एंड ईट डबल लाइक अ बफेलो, ऑल नेगेटिव थिंग्स filled with oil and masala and non-veg. Where is sattva here, there, बताओ? Neither the things which are eaten, nor the thoughts which are entertained, nor the topics we discuss, nor the people we involve in, nor the actions. None of them are सात्विक भाई. तो फिर मन सात्विक कैसा बनेगा? Isn't it? With the mana is not sattvic. If it is raju and tamo, it is only destructive. Think about it. So first goal is keep the mana is shuddha sattva guna by doing all sattvic activities all the time. Second is keep the mana again inspired at the highest level of inspiration. Inspiration comes when we choose a goal and when we keep some ideals in front of us. Great people who have achieved great things. In the same lifespan, when they have achieved so great things, why can't we? Let us at least try. And those ideals preferably should be spiritual. Don't take any other non spiritual people as ideals. Because suddenly one day when you find them to be negative, all inspiration goes away. When we have great spiritual people as ideals, why don't you take them? Why question at all? Strictly, ruthlessly, we have to be. Because spiritual people are pure from inside and outside. The non spiritual may look great achievers outside, but inside their hearts, what impurities are there, we don't know. If you keep them as goal, they will attack you or influence you. Subtle things. क्यों रिस्क क्यों लेना? You may see movie, TV, cricket match. You may appreciate some people, but need not be ideals. Ideal means a sadhu santa, great people. To be, to protect ourselves. Among those people doesn't mean that if they are in outer world they are not good. There may be some great people by heart, by their philanthropic work. तो ठीक है उनको करो, है ना? But when they are positive, like today's नारद जयंती, तो श्री नारद जी महाभक्त भगवान, दुष्ट दुष्ट राक्षसों को भी उन्होंने महाभक्त बनाया. भक्तों को भगवान से भक्तों को मिलाने का निरंतर इज बिजी, इज नेवर लेजी. So inspiration from him. Hanuman ji, all the time Rama Seva. Prahlad ji, what a devotee of Bhagavan Nrsimha. Nachiketa, what a great committed person for Jnanam. No, Bhagavan Krishna, what a zealous, enthusiastic person throughout life. ये वाला कोई आइडियल आपको, whatever you like you do it, don't worry about others whom you don't like or others like. You need to draw inspiration. What inspires you? Only suggestion is preferably it's spiritual. Vivekananda or Puja Gurudev. Great Mahatmas are there. All these Tulsidas, Kabirdas, ये सारे संत महात्मा हुए. Their colossal works, you remember their way of serving the world. So first thing is सत्व गुण में मन रखो. Second is inspired. Third is very important. कि let the mind be always remembering the goal all the time. Like for me, the goal is to experience Paramatma. So I can't forget, because forgetting the goal is the cause or beginning for entangled in or getting lost in the non-essentials. I have to remember the goal, I have to respect and love the goal, I should have the sense of urgency to reach that goal. That is the mind to be trained like. Then naturally to reach to that goal, whatever the things have to be done systematically, that sequence of things to be done should be clear in my mind, and then one by one I must do. Like for the mother, the goal of making food at lunchtime. She loves it. So there's a sequence and system of making. चलो चावल बनाना है, दाल बनानी है, रोटी बना, एक सब्जी तरी वाली एक सूखी वाली बनानी है. तो आज गेस्ट भी आ रहे, चलो दो चार पापड़ भी लगावे, एक मिठाई करे. So that 1.5 hour time, she's so systematically well planned about all. She achieves it. Who is doing all of that? Her own mind. है ना, मन में सारे वो क्लैरिटी है ना, तो बनाती जाती है. Accomplished in 1.5 to 2 hours. In the same way, our mind also, वर्ल्डली गोल हो या स्पिरिचुअल गोल हो, उसके लिए जो करना है उसको क्लियरली जानते हुए वही करते रहे, वो वाला आदत मन को बना. And these are all things in understanding they take time, in starting to practice it takes time, and to fully establish in it takes time, because of our doubts, because of our inabilities, because of our impatiences, and also because of our uh, lazinesses, tamoguna, rajoguna habits, which have not completely gone overnight. And also we have the obligations, the outer companies, compulsions. ये सारे मिलकर इस बात को अच्छी तरह करने नहीं देते. तो sorting out all of them and maintaining this tempo in the mind is a way to prove that we are human beings who can by his efforts evolve. These are all evolutions. So first is remember the mind is cause of everything. Second is mind is the cause for those four and these four things. 8. Third is mind should be kept in Shuddha Sattva Guna. Fourth is mind is to be kept in full inspiration. Fifth, mind should always remember the goal. Sixth, mind should know the sequence of things to be done to reach the goal. And one by one, the mind should be able to do perfectly. Seventh, for doing it, the mind should know the art of taking the help from the people around us, or the elders, or the gurus, or the scriptures, or even divinity through upasana. मन को वो नैक भी होना चाहिए कि किन किन का मदद चाहिए, क्योंकि इवन दो वी कंसीव such great goals, but we can't achieve everything by our own. We need helping hands. We need the empowerments. So these are the empowering sources. Mind should have the knack of invoking those helps also. In this way, we have to keep goals worldly, spiritual, and achieve. Worldly goal, when I say any professional goal, only to serve the world, not for any selfishness. Thank you. ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यमोध श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहणमो प्राप्ति सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकैन्दव संस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां मोक्षमार्गाणां भक्त भगवद्गुरुशिष्या परम्पराणां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबंध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्री राम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणां पुण्यक्षेत्राणाम् आश्रमाणां विश्वविद्यालयादीनां च पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयागादि साधना सेवादीनां द्वारा समस्त विश्वे मोक्ष धर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रतिष्ठया विश्व संरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थं भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तरे स्थित समस्तशत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण समूलनिर्मूलनार्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां युवानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये ब्रह्मभक्ति भगवद्भक्ति गुरुभक्ति शास्त्रभक्ति सत्संगभक्ति साधनाभक्ति देशभक्ति धर्मभक्ति स्वधर्मभक्ति मातापितृभक्ति सेवाभक्ति द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक कार्यक्रमाणां शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापनानां मध्ये शान्तिमन्त्रोच्चारणं तैत्तिरीयं ब्राह्मणस्य पारायणं श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता पञ्चदशोऽध्यायस्य पारायणमध्ययनं श्रीमद्वाल्मीकि रामायण अयोध्याकाण्ड शततमकच्चित् सर्गस्य पारायणं तत्रोक्त राजनीतिधर्माणां अध्ययनं श्रीकठोपनिषदः पारायणं स्वल्प अर्थाविष्करणं वयं सर्वे सनातनधर्मार्थं भारतवर्षार्थं विश्वकल्याणार्थं स्वस्य उत्थानार्थं च करिष्यामः। थैंक यू। ॐ ॐ ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधेतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। वेद चैंटिंग ओम श्री 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 वेदमात्रे नमः। अथ श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय तैत्तिरीय ब्राह्मणस्य पारायणं तृतीयाष्टकं प्रथम प्रपाठकः। अथ द्विचत्वारिंशः मन्त्रात् आरभ्य ॐ मित्रो वा अकामयत् मित्रधेयमेषु लोकेष्वविजये यमिति स एतं मित्रायानुराधेभ्यश्चरुन्निरवपत् ततो वै समित्रधेयमेषु लोकेष्वभ्यजयत् मित्रधेयगं हवा एषु लोकेष्वविजयति य एतेन हविषा यजते यौ चैनं देवं वेद सोऽत्र जुहोति मित्राय स्वाहानुराधेभ्यः स्वाहा मित्रधेयाय स्वाहा विजित्यै स्वाहेति इन्द्रो वा अकामयत ज्यैष्ठ्यं देवानामभिजये यमिते स एतमिन्द्राय ज्येष्ठ्यायै पुरोडाशमे कादशक पालन्निरवपन् महाव्रीहिणाम् ततो वै स ज्यैष्ठ्यं देवानामभ्यजयत् ज्यैष्ठ्यगं हवै समानानामभिजयति य एतेन हविषा यजते यौ चैन देवं वेद सोऽत्र जुहोति इन्द्राय स्वाहा ज्येष्ठ्यायै स्वाहा ज्यैष्ठ्याय स्वाहाभिजित्यै स्वाहेति प्रजापतिर्वा अकामयत् मूलं प्रजां विन्ध्येयेति स एतं प्रजापतये मूलाय चरुन्निरभवत् ततो वै स मूलं प्रजामविन्दत् मूलकं ह वै प्रजां विन्दते य एतेन हविषा यजते य उचैनं देवं वेद सोऽत्र जुहोति प्रजापतये स्वाहा मूलाय स्वाहा प्रजायै स्वाहेति आपो वा अकामयन्त समुद्रं काममविजयेत्मेति ता एतमद्योषाढाभ्यश्चरुन्निरवपन् ततो वैताः समुद्रं कामम् अभ्यजयन् समुद्रगं ह वै काममविजयति य एतेन हविषा यजते यौचैन देवं वेद सोऽत्र जुहोति अद्य स्वाहा षाढाभ्य स्वाहा समुद्राय स्वाहा कामाय स्वाहा अविजित्यै स्वाहेति विश्वे वै देवा अकामयन्त अनवजयञ्जयेमेति त एतं विश्वेभ्यो देवेभ्यो षाडाभ्यश्चरुन् निरवपन् ततो वै ते नमपजय्यमजयन् अनपजय्यकं ह वै जयति य एतेन हविषा यजते यौचैन देवं वेद सोऽत्र जुहोति विश्वेभ्यो देवेभ्य स्वाहा षाडाभ्य स्वाहा अनवजय्याय स्वाहाजित्यै स्वाहेति ब्रह्म वा अकामयत् ब्रह्मलोकमविजयेयमिति तदेतं ब्रह्मणे विजिते चरुन्निरववत् ततो वै तद्ब्रह्मलोकमभ्यजयत् ब्रह्मलोकगं हवा अविजयते य एतेन हविषा यजते यौचैन देवं वेद सोऽत्र जुहोति ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा विजिते स्वाहा ब्रह्मलोकाय स्वाहा विजित्यै स्वाहेति विष्णुर्वा अकामयत् पुण्यग्श्लोकगं शृण्वीय नमा पापी कीर्तिरागच्छेदिति स एतं विष्णवे शृणायै पुरोडाशन्त्रिकपालन्निरवपतु ततो वै स पुण्यग्श्लोकमशृणुत नैनं पापी कीर्तिरागच्छत् पुण्यकं ह वै श्लोकगं शृणुते नैनं पापी कीर्तिरागच्छते य एतेन हविषा यजते यौचैन देवं वेद सोऽत्र जुहोति विष्णवे स्वाहा श्रोणायै स्वाहा श्लोकाय स्वाहा श्रुताय स्वाहेति वसवो वा अकामयन्त अग्रं देवतानां परीयामेति त एतं वसुभ्यः श्रविष्ठाभ्यः पुरोडाशमष्टाकपालन् निरवपन् ततो वै तेऽग्रं देवतानां पर्यायन् अग्रगं ह वै समानानां पर्येति य एतेन हविषा यजते यौचैन देवं वेद सोऽत्र जुहोति वसुभ्यः स्वाहा श्रविष्ठाभ्यः स्वाहा अग्राय स्वाहा परीत्यै स्वाहेति इन्द्रो वा अकामयत् दृढोषिथिरस्यामिते स एतं वरुणाय शतविषजे भेषजेभ्यः पुरोडाशन्दशकपालन् निरवत्पत् कृष्टानां व्रीहीणां ततो वै स दृढोऽशिथिलोऽभवत् दृढो हवा अशिथिलो भवति य एतेन हविषा यजते यौचैन देवं वेद सोऽत्र जुहोति वरुणाय स्वाहा शतविषजे स्वाहा भेषजेभ्यः स्वाहेति ओम शांति 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 15th chapter Geetha. Friends, you know the topic is the concluding result of discovering Tat Pada in our own heart as ourselves. We are studying this 19th shloka, every word in detail. Do you have that patience, perseverance, willingness to learn? You know, these are all great qualities. Jnana, Shastra Jnana, Shastrokta Tattva Jnana, Moksha Jnana. I want to gain. You know, that's a very matured level. Than knowing about the worldly bhoga, wanting to enjoy them, wanting to earn them, and for that following all the techniques of begging, borrowing, stealing, hook or crooked. These are all very low level lives. Look into your heart. What's your heart is seeking for or craving? So yesterday we saw in Katha Upanishad, यदा सर्वे प्रमुच्यन्ते कामाः ये अस्य हृदि स्थिताः अथ मर्त्यः अमृतः भवति अत्र ब्रह्म समश्नुते. When one with all maturity uproots every desire from the heart and sees the Paramatma there seated, he becomes immortal, eternal, immutable, birth, change, decay, death, less, infinite, blissful being. Atra Brahma Samashnute. Atamartyo Amrita Bhavati. Wow, isn't it? So listen to these words of wisdom from our elders. Have that maturity, dignity in at least discriminating what liberates, what binds, what is long lasting, what is short lasting, what really is helpful, what which is tempting but later on troubling us. इतना तो मनुष्य होने के नाते स्वयं का दिमाग यूज करो. Don't get carried away by the dimag of the dimagless people or those people whose dimag is eaten away by the dimag. Dimag means the pests or those white ants. दीमक लग जाते लकड़ पे ऐसे खा लेते हैं पूरा वो. Those people whose minds are eaten by the demak of the outer worldliness, they should not be guide to you. Think. अपनी मर्जी है बेटा. इसलिए कहा 15 चैप्टर में शुरू में अश्वत्थ वृक्ष is there, samsara vriksha. It has upper and lower branches of upper and lower lokas. You can do great punyas, go there. You can commit all the papa and fall down. Do both of them equally, come on to the earth. One way of life. The other is discover the Tatpada, become permanently liberated, become permanently, infinitely blissful, freed from all limitations. How to achieve that Tatpada? How beautifully taught. First, the outer upasana, second, inner meditation. The other technique is observing the three Purushas and identifying with among these three the Uttama Purusha. After all that is taught, now in the Falashruti, when we know that Purusha in our heart, what is the result, benefit, consequence? Both are told in this shloka and next also. So let us chant it only twice. Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Geetha Sharanam Mama, Sri Vyasa Sharanam Mama, Sri Sadguru Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama. Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Atha Panchadashodhyayah. पुरुषोत्तमयोगः एकविंशतितमः श्लोकः श्रीभगवानुवाच यो मामेवमसम्मूढः जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत. यो माम् एवमसम्मूढः जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्ववेद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत. यो माम् एवमसम्मूढः जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्ववेद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत. Very detailed details are there in this shloka. Lot of topics, not one, not two, 7, 8 of them. That's why one by one word we have taken for analysis. Bharata means who revels in Prakasha, knowledge, wisdom. Revels in wisdom means he revels in learning the wisdom, he revels in remembering the wisdom, he revels in using the wisdom, he revels in living the wisdom. He is called Bharata. Because as a human being, we are given intellect and ability to have wisdom. So we have to fulfill that opportunity given. At the level of emotions, senses, and body, every animal can live. They can't live at the level of buddhi. They don't have it. They can't be bharata. They're all emotional ratha or sharira ratha. Ratha means reveling in. So we are bharata. So revel in gaining wisdom, using wisdom, living wisdom. Living. Then Yaha, whoever he may be, everyone who is willing, capable, ready, and puts effort. All of them are fit for doing Tatpada Parimarganam, reaching the Tamevacha Adyam Purusham Prabhadde. Caste, creed, religion, nationality, gender, age, educational qualification, money, no money, power, position, irrespective of that. Yaha, universal pronoun. Okay. Then what is that? Janati. Janati here means what? Knowing that Paramatma to be his own self inside. Okay. Yo janati. Then Mam evam janati. Purushottamam janati. So Mam evam Purushottamam. So Mam means Bhagwan as the support substratum of everything outside. Like for the Surya, Bhagwan is Teja. And there the Janat is Upasana. Like if you know he is your father, means what? You can't be casual or careless. You respect him, you love him, you are obedient to him. That's the meaning of knowing the father. Janat. Like a person is the two people have come. One of them is your friend. The other you don't know. So you are normal, casual only. Then that friend says, Arey, he is a big officer. Oh, namaskar, sir. The moment you do the janati, that is a collector or anyone, don't you do the namaskar to him? You don't stop at janati level. अच्छा है तो क्या collector रहने दो मैं क्या करूँ? You won't say na. You respond. Same way, if he's not collector, he's a son-in-law. मानो अच्छा बेटा तुम उनके दामाद हो कैसे हो? Something you respond, no? So too when you know the God as the Jyoti or Tejas of Surya, the consequence of that janat is upasana. Knowing the Bhagwan as support substratum of everything in the world should lead us to do upasana of that Bhagwan, bhakti of that Bhagwan, prayer of that Bhagwan, invoking his help or blessing of Bhagwan. Like if you know him as collector, immediately don't you feel, अरे मेरा वाला problem solve करिएगा. Or with a son-in-law, then you ask, बेटा which company you are working in that company. अच्छा that product, very good. So you can help me in getting that. You understand? In the same way, here also, yo mam janati as a substratum means base of everything of the world. And there, upasana karo. Second, purushottamam janati, knowing him to be our own inner atma. That is, as was said in the 15th sloka, mattaha smritir jnanam apohanam. जो लोकत्रय माविश्य विभर्त्यव्य ईश्वरा जो एक्सप्लेनेशन दिया है उन सब का अर्थ knowing the Paramatma as the self in me only. Thereafter, I am not other than him, he is not other than me. So in this way, Yaha Bharata Mam Janati, all are explained. Mam Janati, Purushottamam Janati. Then Evam Janati. In this way, as told, because this is the shortest cut method, this is the essence of all शास्त्रास. इस तरह से बाहर उपासना करके लोग अंदर ध्यान करके उनको जानना है. But one word is added there, asammudha. This is what we have to discuss. Yesterday we have seen. So asammudha means not getting deluded at any moment of forgetting what we are doing, what for we are doing. जो किसी भी तरह से मोहित नहीं होगा. What is moha? Yesterday we told you? Forgetting the lakshya, therefore forgetting the sadhana, therefore forgetting the preparation, then getting lost in something other thing. That is called as sammudata. Putting it in layman's language, asammudaha means he is not again going back into the worldliness, but is fully into the spiritual sadhana only. I gave you lots of examples. A sammoha in a doctor, delusion in his doctor is forgetting that he has got that medical knowledge to remove the disease and pain of the people. At the same time, using that medical knowledge for earning the money at the cost of patients. He is called sammudaha now. A doctor 60, 70 years is served or 50 years, let's say. 30 years में डॉक्टर बनेगा 80 तक. Nowhere throughout his life He has compromised with his goal of taking care of disease and pain of the patients, and nowhere he became covetous about the money. He is asammuda. Seventh shloka, this comes in the beginning only. Asammuda samarteshu sarvabhahi pramuchyate buddhirjnanamasamoha kshama satyam damasama. All of that Bhagavan says. So to a sammuda politician is forgets that he has to serve the praja with his post or power and becomes a liability to the country or the place in earning money only for himself. He says सम्यक मूढ़ा. मूढ़ता मतलब दो बातें याद रखो. जो करना है वो छोड़ देना, जो नहीं करना है वो करना. That is मूढ़ता, सम्मूढ़ता. When it becomes a nature and habit, सम्मूढ़ा. As a student, पढ़ना है, आवारागर्दी नहीं करना. तो you are असम्मूढ़. पढ़ना छोड़ दी, आवारागर्दी कर रहे हो, सम्मूढ़. As a child to parents, सम्मूढ़ is not respecting them, not listening to them, as you like doing. Asammudha means with parents being obedient to them, coming to their expectations. A guru and shishya के संबंध में भी. The sammohita guru is he who is not teaching the truth to him, something wrong he is teaching. Asammudha guru is never deluded. Every time he is conscious of teaching the disciple right things for the disciple to grow. So to the Sammohita disciple is in the not knowing the value of the guru and his teachings and doing something nonsense. Asammohita, asammudaha, non-deluded student is he who is obedient, who is sincere, regular, getting all blessings, guidance from the guru and growing everywhere. The one who knows and eats correct food, which gives good health and energy, is called asammudaha. The one tempted by the taste and all eats the nonsensical food and spoils his body health is called sammudaha. The one who knows that the cell phone, TV, all this nonsense spoils my mind, so I'll keep them away is called asammudaha. The one who doesn't think all that and then spoils his inner personality and all talents and abilities and opportunities and destroys the whole opportunity called whole life only. Sammudaha. Enough examples of all sorts I told you. So here also asammudaha means who is again not creating the samsara vruksha first. उसको असंग शस्त्र से काट दिया, फिर से वापस नहीं जा रहा. Second, who is clear that his goal is tatpada parimarganam. Through tamevacha adyam purusham prabande. Third, not having sammoha, therefore asammoha tattva is he is able to do the upasana regularly. Of seeing the tejas in Surya as Bhagavan, etc. etc. And so too, he has come to the level of meditation. On the meditation, he is aware of the mind, he is aware of the three aspects of the mind of Smritir, Jnanam and Apohanam, and he is becoming aware of the awareness from where these three are coming and going. He is called as Asammuda. Means the one who has not gone away from his track and the goal. है कि नहीं? पाथ एंड गोल जो है उसी पे रहना असमूढ़. गोल छोड़ दी और दूसरी चीज को गोल माना, इसलिए उस मार्ग में जाने लगे, इज कॉल्ड एज सम्मोहित. यू वांट टू गो टू टेम्पल, दिस द वे फॉर टेम्पल, तो असमूढ़. सडनली थॉट आ गया टेम्पल के आ जाने, जो जाकर उधर दारू पियेंगे, तो यू आर सम्मोहित विद द गोल, देन योर व्हीकल विल गो इन दैट डायरेक्शन, यू टेक इट देयर. सम्मोहित, गोल में सम्मोहित, मार्ग में सम्मोहित, deluded. तो यो माम एवं असम्मूढ़ः जानाति पुरुषोत्तमम. I explained to you this one line, 3, 4, 5 days. Bharata also I explained. Now what remains in Saha Sarvavid Bhajadimam Sarvabhavena. 4 words I have to explain you. So Saha means that seeker, that great sadhaka, that great individual. Saha First, sarvavitu bhavati. He becomes a knower of everything. Sarvavit bhavati. Then sarvabhavena mam bhajati. वो बाद में देखेंगे. तो sarvavit bhavati means there are two things. One is he knows everything from its substratum standpoint. Point one. सर्वविद के दो लेवल क्या है? सर्वविद means all knower. What do you mean all knowingness here? He knows everything from its standpoint, its substratum standpoint. He knows everything not from the superficial standpoint, but from the substratum standpoint. Point one. Point two, he knows that substratum to be his own self. Sarvam atmatvena atmanam swatmatvena janati. He knows everything from its own substratum, which is called Atman standpoint. And he knows that Atman is me. This is called Sarvavid. Therefore, Sarvam Atma Rupena Vetti is Sarvavid. In Vedanta, in Shastra, all knowing means knowing all to be the self. Because that self is a substratum of all. Like you take any object in the world. Okay. Let us say table. So table is a rupa, nama, and it is utility. But it is made from, let us say, the plastic or wood. But finally, the wood is pure existence only, na? Consciousness. Our eyes are seeing the table. Mind, intellect, in generally knowing it is a utility vastu. But the spiritual knowledge which we gained is making us know this table to be nothing but the Sat and Chit in the form of table. This is the first point of Sarvavit. Second is that Sat Chit, can it be other than the self in me, the deeper self? Cannot be. Because the existence cannot be the not self. If that is so, I am existing, it should not exist. It is existing, I should not exist. दोनों problem हो जाएगा. Therefore, that existence has to be me. So too that consciousness has to be me only. Me means not this body, mind, intellect, the real me in me. So one example of table we told you. So to take millions of things in the world, anything, तो उसका बेस क्या है? सच्चिदात्मा. वो सच्चिदात्मा कौन है? मैं हूँ. इस तरह से in Vyavahara, you are seeing the objects as they are. In Vyavahara, you dealing with them as they are. But in Paramarthika, you all know them from their Atma standpoint, and you know their Atma to be our own Atma, which is not true. That is called Sarvavit Bhavati. Because Sarvasya Chaham Hrudi Sannivishta, ऐसा पढ़ लिया ना हमने. Again, if I refer it, it will take 20 minutes to explain. Is the meaning of Sarvavitu. Okay. Now second is Bhajati Mam Sarva Bhavena. Then again, if I quickly tell in 2 minutes, satisfaction नहीं होगा. कम से कम 8-10 मिनट बोलना है ना. तो what it is? Okay. Sarva Bhavena and Mam Bhajati. Sarvavid Mam Bhajati, Sarva Bhavena Bhajati. These are the two very deep thoughts. It means whole his life is in what way oriented. Beautiful. An example I tell you. The one who's a truly 100% complete Desha Bhakta. Because he knows the glory of his Desha, Bharat Mata. Therefore, whatever is in the interest of the Desha, that alone he does. One way of saying it. Other way of saying it is everything he does is only in the interest of the country. दोनों तरह से देश को जो चाहिए वही करेगा और ये जो कुछ भी कर रहा है वो देश का हित में ही होता है, अनहित में अहित में नहीं होता. That's the meaning of Mam Sarvabhavena Mam Bhajati. Bhajati Mam Sarvabhavena. It's a very good thought. I have to give you the deep meanings. कल हम देखेंगे. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम आपदाम वरदारं दातारं सर्वसंपदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहं श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनाम वरानने. श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रीमद् वाल्मीकि रामायणम् अयोध्याकाण्डं शततमः कच्चित् सर्गः. श्रीरामचन्द्रकृत राजधर्मोपदेशाः. So Ayodhya. First, Veeraihi Adhyushita. Second, Satyanama. Third, Drudadvara. Fourth, Hasti Ashwaratha Sankula. Fifth, Brahmana Kshatriya Vaishya doing their duties regularly. Sixth, all of them are Jitendriya. Seventh is all of them are full of Utsaha. These many we have seen. Now the next two things. Only one more thought in this regard. Then about the structural Ayodhya is little bit touched. Having given all these details, Sri Rama is asking all these aspects. Raksha karte hue, are you doing the Raksha of Ayodhya or not? First Raksha, then you develop it. So let us chant that mantras. Brahmanai kshatriyair vaishyaihi swakarma niratai sada jitendriyair mahotsahaihi vrutam aryaihi sahasrashah prasadair vividhakaraihi vrutam vaidyajanakulam kachit sumuditam spitam ayodhyam parirakshasi. So with regard to the people that are there in Ayodhya, after saying that all are जितेंद्रिय इंद्रियों को जय किए हैं महोत्साह always in the highest utsaha of anything that is to be done. They are not nirutsahi. Nirutsaha is the sign of extreme ego and extreme laziness and selfishness. कि मैं जो चाहता हूँ उसमें पूरा उत्साह दिखाऊंगा. Like many of the children and youngsters, when they want to be with friends and enjoy, इतना उत्साह होता है, you can't control their energy enthusiasm. But when they are told to help parents at home or do some service to grandparents or any of the relatives, elders, neighbors, or some socially useful activity, हमसे नहीं होगा. The stupid, arrogant youth wasting their precious energies in all the hahu and dance and dushtata. You know, imagine the entire youth of our country of 25 crores, not a small number. That energy, enthusiasm, the youth, which they uh, waste in, allow that whole to get wasted in the wrong channels. Dissipation कहते हैं उसको डैम करके, like water is dammed. If they you give that 1 or 2 hours per a week in the required activities for the country, how beautiful will be the whole nation. Imagine करो, million things are there which the youth can do selflessly for the nation. Taking out the time which they are wasting in unwanted things. What do we call too philosophical with the youngsters? They say, स्वामी जी अब इस उम्र में सब कैसे करना, हमको तो भोग करना है, एंजॉय करना है. You wretched minded fellows, I am not your teacher then. You don't deserve me. You are not a yogi then, bhogi. Sentimental fool, you want to waste your time like that animals. Cha, get lost. I'm sorry for advising you. तुम जियो तुम्हारा जो पशु जीवन जीना है. हाँ, out of you 10 to 20 crores, the 10 of you, 20 of you also, if you listen and understand the beauty of it and start enjoying 1,000 times more the serving the world than those stupid fellows thinking that they are enjoying their outer world, actually in which they are destroying themselves. You are the youth. The whole country world, even the Lord is looking for. If I can enjoy my seva, if I enjoy my working constructively, I am doing both. Enjoyment मिल ही रहा है and I am serving. If you think only enjoyment in the bhoga, it is enjoyment है ही नहीं हो. Your money is wasted, time is wasted, energies are wasted, and you become a slave to that. Slowly, slowly, that alone becomes a life. You get addicted to that. All this noble, dignified, beautiful way of life, you will never even become aware कि ऐसा कुछ होता है. Like many of you who never come to Gita class, you don't know what is sublime knowledge that's there in Gita every slok. You the youngsters. ठीक है. Now Jitendrehi, I told you, Mahotsahahi, I told you. The last one is Aryaihi Sahasrashaha. In this way, entire Ayodhya is filled with the Arya people. Arya means those who are cultured, those who are matured, those who are dignified, those who are knowledgeable, those who take responsibility of the things, those who mean business. They are called Arya. The opposite of is Anarya, uncultured, irresponsible, reckless, careless, destructive. They're all Anarya. It comes in Gita first sloka only. In the second chapter, first sloka. Kutastva kashmalamidam vishame somvastitam anarya justam. You are not acting like an Aryan. Why? Arya never cries, never becomes emotional, never says, I'll not my duty, never gives up his weapons or the instruments of action. तुम तो अनार्य के तिरो कर तरह कर रहे हो तुम तो अनार्य जुष्ट. Here is Vrutam Aryai. The whole Ayodhya is filled with Arya Putras. Everyone is in their dignity, soberness, and maturity and decency. They show the decency, they command the decency in the world. Not the indecency packed in the decent packages like today we see in the world. What we are shown through all the media and everything is most indecent things in a decent form. And that endorsed by the decent looking people as if in decent manner. Isn't it? अब देखो अभी ये सब सेंसिटिव बातें होते हैं, बोलना नहीं चाहिए. तो आर्य ही सहस्रशः, hundreds and thousands of them. तो वीरास सत्यनाम दृढ़द्वारा हस्तिर अश्वरथ संकुल. दृढ़द्वारा means at the dwara, the dwarapalakas. हस्तिरथ अश्व means not that the horses and elephant and chariot अपने आप थोड़ी जा रहे हैं, उसके ऊपर लोग है. So then Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya Shudra doing their karma, Jitendriya, Mahotsaha as well as Arya. This is about the people and it's only hint. From that you can understand the whole humanity in Ayodhya, how they were living. Now the construction of Ayodhya, thoda sa. Prasadaihi vividhakaraihi vrutam. Prasada means the palatial buildings. Vividha akar. In different shapes and sizes, depending on the position of those people who stay there and also for the recognition. The Vividha Akara Prasadas in today's world is the variety of the gated communities having beautiful 10, 20, 30 storied buildings with all the facilities inside of all sorts. Prasada hi hai sare. What a intelligence, what a beautiful way it's being constructed. बट इतना भी करो सब भोग ही है फाइनली. एक दिन तो मरना ही पड़ेगा. यू may enjoyed outside things, but how much you have grown spiritually, that is all questionable. Subjective doesn't mean that somebody staying in gated community is not spiritual. हो भी सकते हैं. There are very many people having worked well and earned well, living in these palatial houses. They are very busy in their sadhana, in their guru seva. ऐसे भी है. लाइक राम में, रामायण काल में अयोध्या में सब बड़े बड़े प्रासादों में रहते हैं. But they are Rama Bhakta, the Desha Bhakta, the Dharma Bhakta, the Bhagavad Bhakta. Prasadaihi Vividakaraihi Vratam. Then once it is said prasadas, everything should be added. The buildings and all the required things there for the people to stay comfortably. Upani, sanitation, plantation, बिजली, सारा जो भी है आज के दिन में, उन दिनों में जो भी है सो. Then also prasada includes the roads that have to be connecting the towns or villages. एक एक चीज नहीं बताएंगे, प्रसाद बताए तो सब. It also includes the entire, what you call, the shopping complexes, the business places, everything. उसको भी प्रासादिक कहते हैं ना. Commercial buildings they are called, governmental buildings, residential buildings, all are prasada. If you go and see in Delhi, The governmental buildings, each one named on their own particular work. संचार भवन्स, डाक भवन अब क्या बना पता नहीं है, दूरदर्शन भवन, ये सब उद्योग भवन है ना, सारे आयकर भवन, इनकम टैक्स बिल्डिंग, तो ये सब क्या है ना, प्रासाद ही है, बट दे आर गवर्नमेंटल. देन द कमर्शियल बिल्डिंग्स आर देयर. सो मेनी कॉम्प्लेक्सेस, 10-20 मंजिल में ओनली ट्रेडिंग गोज ऑन हैपनिंग. फिर रेसिडेंशियल भी है. So you have to understand one word said prasada in its expanding meaning. The next one, Vida Vrutam Vaidya Janakulam. Vaidya Janakula. Vaidya means not doctors only. Vaidya means विद्या को वैद्य बोलते हैं. वैद्य मीन्स जिनका पास विद्या है. विद्या इज नॉलेज. नॉलेज मीन्स एवरी प्रोफेशनल नॉलेज टू मेक द लिविंग कंफर्टेबल. दे आर फुल्ली देयर इन अयोध्या. They come under the subcategories of ब्राह्मण क्षत्रिय वैश्य शूद्र ओनली, बट थोड़ा सा उनको हटकर वैद्य जनाकुल. लाइक ब्राह्मण है तो ब्राह्मण में बहुत वैद्य होते हैं. गुरुकुल चलाने वाले कुछ है, पुरोहित बनकर मंदिर में पूजा करने वाले कुछ होते हैं, फिर विवाह श्राद्ध आदि कर्म करने वाले होते हैं, ज्योतिष आदि बोलने वाले होते हैं, व्याकरण रीच करने वाले होते हैं. दिस आर ऑल ब्राह्मण के अंदर वैद्यास. सो क्षत्रिय के अंदर वैद्यास. Variety of levels that are there. Then the professional Vaidyas, like I can talk about, उसमें सवाल, the farmers are there, the doctors are there, the lawyers are there, the civil engineer, mechanical, electrical, उन दिनों में जो भी है, these professional experts are called as the Vaidyas. विद्या जिनके पास, one of those Vaidya is Vaidya, that is medical also. Every professional. You need, the civil contractors, engineers, you need the roads laying people, you need the tree plantation people, उसमें भी सब्जी वाले अलग, फलों के अलग, फूलों के अलग, जन ऑर्डनरी वृक्षों के अलग. दे आर कॉल्ड वैद्य. अब कितने भी प्रोफेशन से आजकल आप देखते हो वैसे. सो वैद्य जन आकुलम. देन two words are beautiful, little more I touch tomorrow. Sumuditam and Spitam. So mudita means what? Everyone is always in the moda, in the ananda only. Celebration and happiness. Not cranky, complaint, fighting with each other, miserable. Bhau bhau. The today's youngsters and all. Sumudita is a beautiful word which can't be translated in any language. You have to feel the joy of meaning of that word. Sumudita, sushtu mudita. मेरे को सब कुछ मिल गया, मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए, ऐसा वाला आनंद से रोते नहीं, मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए. अरे रामा, कुछ देंगे नहीं कुछ, यू डोंट डिजर्व एनीथिंग, स्टूपिड. दैट इज सुमुदिता एंड स्फीता. स्फीता मीन्स वेरी रिच एवरीवेयर. जहां भी देखो, द मॉडर्नाइजेशन, टेक्नोलॉजी, परफेक्शन, richness is seen. Sprita means you can see some states, countries like the Singapore and all of them. They say, मैं तो गया नहीं वहाँ. And some cities in Japan, spick and span and rich and modern and everything. They are in hanging train उनके चलते रहे बाबा. Their drainages are so clean that there are aquariums in that. Spita means सब सस्य श्यामल, सब दिख रहा है. Anything seen perfection manifest. Like a prime minister started Swachh Bharat करके. It's one aspect of it. Cleanliness, which is a want of India because of two things. One is so much population, second is irresponsible, uneducated. Anything they make it kachra. Now, thoda thoda dignified, matured, bun rahe Indians also. Speed up. You go to those modern countries, na, world mein, or cities. Any time of the day or night you go, everything is spick and span, neat and clean. People are working there responsibly. Not कि बाद में देखेंगे करके. किसी घर में किचन में सिंक में कोई प्लेट्स नहीं रहते, अनवॉश्ड, दे आर वॉश्ड. किसी के घर में कपड़े नॉन वॉश्ड नहीं रहते हैं, वॉश्ड जब का तब। किसी के घर में ऐसे झाड़ू पोछा नहीं है 2 दिन के बाद 10 दिन के बाद, नहीं, स्पिक एंड स्पैन। इन नो बडीज हाउस द गार्डन द प्लांट्स द गमला अनकेयर्ड नहीं होते हैं, एवरीथिंग इज परफेक्ट, राइटली प्लेस्ड। स्पीताम का अर्थ ये है। Some examples I gave you. The vehicles, their cleanliness, full of petrol all the time, parked at right place. If you go to the medical facilities, doctors are well dressed, well equipped with all equipments. All machines are ready. Nothing is, अब थोड़ा 1 घंटा चलाना पड़ेगा तब शुरू होगा, ऐसा नहीं है. Spita means that perfection everywhere. Wow. I can talk on these 1,000 examples in the world. तो ऐसा है हमारा अयोध्या महाराज भारत. Is that is Ayodhyam Parirакшasi? Are you protecting it or not? Or are you careless? Are you indulging in some भोग? और becoming मेरा नहीं राज्य राम का है, मुझे कुछ नहीं करना है, उनको आने के जाने दो, अब मेरे को जबरदस्ती बिठाए, बस मैं नंदी गांव बैठ के क्रिकेट मैच देखूंगा. अरे बिगाड़ मत, मेरे आने से पहले इसको ठीक रख. दैट्स द मीनिंग. आऊंगा मैं आफ्टर 14 years. Don't decide so much that I need 100 years to repair it. That's not राम जी का तो ऐसा थोड़ी होगा, भरत जी ऐसे थोड़ी होंगे. We just humor के लिए we are calling out that meaning little bit. But otherwise he says it's a great opportunity for you for 14 years. You do it in such a beautiful manner that your period of ruling kingdom, that the whole world call it as Ramarajya. Not when I rule it. ऐसे निकालने के लिए हजारों मीनिंग्स होते हैं. व्हेन यू आर स्टडिंग शास्त्रार्थ इज श्रद्धा, ऑल दिस गेट रिवील्ड. थैंक यू. ओम शांति शांति शांति. नाउ वी आर डूइंग द श्लोकास नंबर 15 and 16. ओके. यदा सर्वे प्रविद्यन्ते हृदयस्य इह ग्रन्थयः. अविद्या काम कर्म आदि ग्रंथि of the हृदय. When they are destroyed through the study and sadhana, atamartyah amrutah bhavati. Then he becomes immortal. Etavadi anuशासनम. This is what is the shasana, anushasana, discipline we have to follow to become liberated. Then in the 16th shloka, a yoga marga sadhana is told, Shatam Chaika Hridayasya Nadya. From the Hridaya, 101 nadis come out, spreading all over the Stula Sukshma Sharira. One of them goes to the head. Tasam Urdhan Avinit. Taya Urdham Ayan Amrit. Through that nadi, when one goes out of it, he gets moksha. Little bit of that Kundalini yoga टच किया बस कठोपनिषद में यमराज ने थोड़ा सा, very rarely. But basically, the Vedanta Vicharana is sufficient about the Atma Anatma to reject the Anatma as unreal, the Atman alone as real. These are the 2 shlokas today. पढ़ेंगे हम. ओम अथ कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय कठोपनिषद षष्ठी वल्ली 15-16 श्लोकौ. ओम यदा सर्वे प्रभिद्यन्ते हृदयस्येह ग्रन्थयः. 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 अथमर्त्यो अमृतो भवति एतावध्यनुशासनम्. अथमर्त्यो अमृतो भवति एतावध्यनुशासनम्. अथमर्त्योऽमृतो भवति एष एतावध्यनुशासनम्. अथमर्त्योऽमृतो भवति एतावध्यनुशासनम्. यदा सर्वे प्रभिद्यन्ते हृदयस्येह ग्रन्थयः. अथमर्त्योऽमृतो भवति एतावध्यनुशासनम्. यदा सर्वे प्रभिद्यन्ते हृदयस्येह ग्रन्थयः. अथमर्त्योऽमृतो भवति एतावध्यनुशासनम्. यदा सर्वे प्रविद्यन्ते हृदयस्येह ग्रन्थयः. अथमर्त्योऽमृतो भवति एतावध्यनुशासनम्. यदा सर्वे प्रविद्यन्ते हृदयस्येह ग्रन्थयः. अथमर्त्योऽमृतो भवति एतावद्धि अनुशासनम्. लास्ट मंत्र टुडे. शतं चैका च हृदयस्य नाड्यः. 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 तासां मूर्धानमभिनिसृतैका. तासां मूर्धानमभिनिसृतैका. तासां मूर्धानमभिनिसृतैका. तासां मूर्धानमभिनिसृतैका. तयोर्ध्वमायन्नमृतत्वमेति. 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 विश्वङ्गन्या उत्क्रमणे भवन्ति. विश्वङ्गन्या उत्क्रमणे भवन्ति. विश्वंगन्या उत्क्रमणे भवन्ति विश्वंगन्या उत्क्रमणे भवन्ति शतं चैका हृदयस्य नाढ्यः तासां मूर्धानमविनिसृतैक तयोर्धमायन्नमृतत्वमेति विश्वंगन्या उत्क्रमणे भवन्ति शतं चैका हृदयस्य नाड्यः तासां मूर्धानमविनिसृतैका तयोर्धमायन्नमृतत्वमेति विश्वंगन्या उत्क्रमणे भवन्ति शतं चैका हृदयस्य नाड्यः तासां मूर्धानमविनिसृतैका तयोर्धमायन्नमृतत्वमेति विश्वंगन्या उत्क्रमणे भवन्ति शतं चैका हृदयस्य नाड्यः तासां मूर्धानमविनिसृतैका तयोर्धमायन्नमृतत्वमेति विश्वंगन्या उत्क्रमणे भवन्ति टुगेदर यदा सर्वे प्रविद्यन्ते हृदयस्येह ग्रन्थयः अतवर्त्योऽमृतो भवति एतावध्यनुशासनं शतं चैका हृदयस्य नाड्यः तासां मूर्धानमविनिसृतैका तयोर्धमायन्नमृतत्वमेति विश्वंगन्या उत्क्रमणे भवन्ति. So we have done 16 friends. We have only 2 more mantras. थोड़े बड़े हैं. ये दो करें तो whole Kathopanishad I have taught you. Chanting. Meaning very less. Then we take up Prashna Upanishad. Ishakena हो गया, कटा हो गया. Next to Prashna. I'll do all of that for you. It will take whatever the time till Geetha is over. Thank you. Om Durjana Sajjano Bhuyat. Sajjana Shantamapnayat. Shantamucheta Vandebhyah. Muktasthanyaan Vimochet. Astoma Satkamaya. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityormamritangamaya. Om Purnamada. Purnamidam. Purnat Purnamudachyate. Purnasya Purnamadaya. Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Paramanishibhyo Parabrahmane Shrutimatre. Om Tat Sat. Brahmarpanamastu. Om Shri कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय, गीता माता की जय, वेदव्यास भगवान की जय, रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, रामायण शास्त्र की जय, वाल्मीकि भगवान की जय, श्री यम धर्मराज नचिकेत भगवान की जय, कठोपनिषद श्रुति माता की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की आज के आनंद की जय. पार्वती मते हर महादेव हर सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद. जानकी जीवन स्मृति राम राम में श्री आदि पराशक्ति गीता माता की जय. समस्त श्रोता भक्त साधक सेवा पास जिज्ञास धर्म संस्थापक मोक्ष मुक्त गण की जय. भारत माता की जय. सनातन धर्म की जय. वैदिक हिंदू संस्कृति की जय. अध्यात्म जीवन विधान की जय. समस्त युवा मंडली की जय. थैंक यू बेटा. चलिएगा आज यहाँ संपन्न करेंगे. सी यू टुमारो.